Hey guys, my name's Daniel from Travelers. Joining me today is backpacking expert Will from the Broke Backpacker. Hey Will, how are you?
Hey man, I'm good. Very pleased to be here. Cheers.
How long have you been backpacking for?
About 9 years now. I started when I was 19 and kind of just kept going.
Oh wow, cool. Alright, so you know the rules. I've got a bunch of questions for you, and we've got about 5 minutes to get through them. You ready?
Yeah, let's go. Speedy, speedy,
Cool,
speedy.
cool. Alright, question one. So, you're an Englishman traveling the world. I'm really curious, what's been the biggest culture shock for you so far?
Probably the first time I got to India was very, very full on because I was only 19. I was by myself and like I didn't have a phone at the time. So it was completely nuts. It blew my mind a little bit.
How long ago was that?
That was 9 years ago. That was right at the beginning.
Right at the beginning. And from all your experience, what are the top three tips to keeping travel costs down?
Right. So three basic rules. Hitchhike, cook your own food, couch surf or camp. If you do that, you're not going to spend any money. So you can travel forever, really.
Yeah. And do you think those rules also apply to notoriously expensive cities like London and New York? Does it work for those cities?
I mean, I've been around Tokyo on a really tight budget of $15 a day. You can do it. Like, if you tap into the couch surfing community, if you're not paying for your transport, all you've really got to pay for is basic food supplies. If you've got like a little pocket rocket stove, you're sorted.
I guess it's just a bit tougher in some of the cities, but it's doable everywhere, basically.
Yeah, I mean, I think the thing is, a lot of people don't want to do it because they're just not willing to sort of end up sleeping on park benches if it all goes wrong. But I am, so I don't mind.
Okay, and talking about keeping costs down, I think some people would say that traveling on a tight budget means missing out on experiences. What do you think?
I'd say I probably spend most of my budget on beer. So like I don't really let it cancel my experiences. I do whatever I want when I'm traveling, and if I run out of money for the week, I've run out of money for the week. No worries. I'll go find a job in a bar for an afternoon and get $20, and then you're sorted.
Cool. So for first-time backpackers, what destinations would you suggest for them?
Okay, Nicaragua is really good. It's cheap. It's easy. It's safe. Cambodia is very cheap, and again, it's easy. If you want something a bit more adventure-y, Nepal is fantastic. Iran is amazing for like a cultural experience. A lot of people have the wrong impression about Iran. It's really safe. It's really, really beautiful. And the one to keep an eye on is Pakistan. I love Pakistan. Definitely go check it out.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, and I imagine you have to travel really quite light when backpacking. Do you have any special tips to really keep that weight down?
Yeah, and you see, I used to travel light, but then unfortunately I started doing this professionally. So now I've got like a laptop and cameras and GoPros and all kinds of things. Um, I don't know. I mean, I probably always carry too much stuff because I've got like pots and pans and a tent and things like that. So no, I've got no tips. Sorry.
All right.
Okay, I suppose the main tip is have a decent backpack. So like I can have 25 to 30 kilos of stuff in my pack. I don't normally, but I can. And because it's a good pack, I don't notice. It's fine. I've got a hip belt. All the weight is on my spine and my hips, so it's all good.
Yeah. What's the main sort of technology that you always have to take with you?
I mean, it's definitely changed since I started doing it professionally, but like an iPhone, I would say is probably the most important thing. It is a camera and a communication device in one, and comms are pretty important, especially if you're tapping into the couch surfing network.
Yeah. Yeah, and do you think that technology's actually managed to save you some weight as well? So, for instance, you don't have to now take a book of maps with you anymore. You've got it on your phone, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, tech's definitely changed everything, and it's made everything easier. But whether this is a good thing or not is hugely up for debate, and that's a story for another day.
Yeah, okay. Um, but out there, what's been the craziest experience you've had so far?
I've had a lot. Recently, whilst hitchhiking across Iran, I met a girl in Iran. We got married. I converted to Islam. I got a new name, which is Reza. So that was a pretty crazy experience. That's one this year. Oh, and then we drove a multicolored tuk-tuk like 2,000 kilometers across India, and it was the shittest tuk-tuk in the world. Like it couldn't start unless you pushed it. It was awful, but it was good.
Just between the two of you.
Yeah, it was me and my brother actually. My
Okay.
brother tends to come up to join me in between his studies, and then I tend to do the harder stuff with him because he's a pretty veteran adventurer as well.
Yeah, cool. Okay, I'm actually on my final question. What are your top three bucket list destinations?
Papua New Guinea is somewhere I've wanted to go to for years, which is why I am aiming for Papua New Guinea at the moment. Although I've already been to Colombia, I would say it's probably one of my favorite countries in the world. The standard of living is just amazing. The people are all beautiful. It's got jungles, beaches, mountains, whatever you want. So I'm desperate to go back to Colombia. And I'd have to say probably North Korea as the wild card because it's hard to get into and go. I'd like to go check it out.
Yeah, nice. I'd be interested in that as well. All right, time's up. That flew by, but it's been really, really interesting talking to you. I really appreciate you doing this interview with us.
Yeah, pleasure, man. Happy to help out always.
Yeah, thanks very much. I'll see you later.
No worries, dude. Cheers.